sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Naya. Same, if this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash that subscribe button, turn your notification so you are notified each time I upload, and please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I am saying a very big shout out to you all, to all my members. You all are super sweet. I am grateful. So today we'll be talking something very important, and it's about this white man who actually came out to say that what is wrong, or what is the problem in Black community, is that they lack fathers in their households, and that when you go to good neighborhoods, I mean, you find that they have fathers, right? But when you go to shitty neighborhoods, that is Black community, right, you'll find out that they do not have fathers. I mean, like, they are mostly women raising the children and all that. And then they actually told him that in Black community, 70%, this is statistically, 70% were most likely to have bettered their children, dress them up, wear them diapers, help them with their homework, or use toilet. I mean, 70%, right? And after telling him that, he said that it is not true, that it cannot be true, that 70%, I mean, take care of their kids or are always in their children's life and all that. But then, do I blame him? I do not blame him. He does not have the cap. I mean, can he really read? If he can read, he would have straight up gone to the internet and check out if it's true and all that. And then let's get into this. Some of the stitches, some people were actually thinking that without even making their own research, thinking that he is right, that in Black communities, they actually came out to say that women raise children. I know women raise children, but they were like, when a woman raises a child, that the child comes out to be emotional, that because women are emotional and men are logical. So most kids that were raised by their mothers don't turn out to be great. And I am really disappointed by this person that
the problem with your community is lack of fathers. And if you think I'm wrong, do me a favor. Drive around good neighborhoods. See how many fathers are in the homes. Now drive around these shitty neighborhoods. See how many fathers are at home. It's that fucking simple.
Just in case we didn't have enough translucent alabaster glowworms who escaped from the Caucasus Mountains in our business, too tall to be small one thought he would chime in on what's wrong with our community. And then when someone tried to point out to him the fallacy of his thinking, this is what he said.
That's a lie. That is a bold-faced lie. You trying to tell me that 70% of Black fathers were stay-at-home moms? If the dads do all that, like, what the moms do? And in which time period are you talking about? Which era is you talking about that this shit went down? Do you know older Black people? Like, I see that you have a Black person as a profile picture, but do you know older Black people? Just like any other household. The man worked, the woman stayed home. Like, that's just how shit went down. Like, what's your argument? You know, white fathers were absent. They was always at work or in the military. Black fathers were changing diapers and bathing their kids. Like, bullshit. You're not going to convince me of that lie right there. Black fathers then, they're just working. Like, the fuck is you talking about? I need to know where you got this information. Please let me know where this study shows this information and how they got it, because I'm calling bullshit.
Now, I know the reading gene and the reading comprehension gene are probably missing from that cesspool of that alabaster glowworm DNA that you have, that you inherited from that family reef of yours, and I mean the kind you take to funerals. But Google is free, and I'm going to do more than just help you Google it, because you probably won't be able to read that anyway. I'm going to reference the CDC study for you. 70% of Black fathers who lived with their children were more likely to have bathed, dressed, changed, or helped their child with the toilet every day. Now, you can run along and look for the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention study that this is in. or reference any of the numerous articles that this information appears in. Now, I know it's hard for you to comprehend in that bastion of good communities you come from in the trailer park, but I'm probably about to use a lot of words that you're not going to understand. But fatherhood and married are not mutually inclusive, and that's what you are conflating in this situation. And even when people point it out to you, yeah, it can't get through the meth-induced haze. Moving right along. And I know since you're working so hard to talk about what's wrong with the black community as an outsider, you have really tackled these stats in your own community, like the number of perpetrators and child abuse cases in the United States from those good homes you're talking about being this high, while also dealing with the number of white men from those good families you're talking about that disproportionately account for such a high number of mass shootings in this country. Now, run along, have the day you deserve, and we got this.
The problem with your community is lack of father.
Here we go. I am truly so sick and tired of this argument because this argument has no real basis. It's truly based on the racism of our past that is continued being perpetrated to this very day. Because not only do you have no facts to back what you're stating, you're also basing it off of what you consider shitty neighborhoods and good ones. Not really addressing the fact that there are these quote unquote shitty neighborhoods due to redlining, due to the fact of the government placing black people in certain areas in what you call shitty neighborhoods, which dog whistle, great, love it. Love the fact to see that you're blatantly putting out your racism so out loud. My fault, you were being covert. You didn't want anybody else to notice it. We did. But what Cowgirl was basing her statistics off of was this. This CNN article here, which talks about 70% of fathers are more likely to bathe, feed, help, be around their children than their counterparts of white people, 60%, or Hispanic, 45%. That was based off of the CDC article, which said the exact same thing. Damn. So instead of coming from my community and saying, well, we're bad parents and that we are absentee fathers, talk to the 25% of white women who own welfare and do fucking better.
The problem with your community is lack of fathers. And if you think I'm wrong, do me a favor.
Ooh, this struck a fucking chord in a way that I didn't think it would. Now, I am a black adoptee, so I was adopted by my parents who are white. But, rewind, I only have information on my biological mother, who is Puerto Rican. I have no information on my biological father, who clearly is of African descent, because that's where most of my DNA is. But I gotta say, sir, what are you talking about? There are plenty of black fathers out there that are in their children's lives. And also, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but most of these black fathers are usually being unalived by cops, unalived by bigots, or they're sitting in prison because our prison system is terrible. So, what do you have to say about that? And because of our systemic oppressions, it's really hard for black men. So sitting here on your high horse saying that, you know, these kids having no fathers is the reason why our community sucks. Like, it just, you're showing your inherent racism. So I'm just going to ask you in the most disrespectful way possible to maybe not sit in on this conversation, because you are not nuanced enough or kind enough to come at this in a compassionate way. Also, you are not one of us. You don't get to talk about our community ever, and you most certainly don't get to sit here and judge black fathers. Like, you have all of the audacity, but none of the information. Like, I'm truly shocked at how, I don't know, bold you are in your assumptions about something that has literally no effect on you. You don't even know what it's like to be a black man in America, and you have the audacity to mock the black community and mock the fact that lots of black girls and black boys don't have fathers. There was a video that was circulating last year of a little black boy. I think Good Jolly Ginger did the video. A little black boy was looking at a photo of his dead father. He was talking to a photo of his dead father. You think it's funny now? It's very ignorant. So again, shh, and let us talk about our own issues and stay out of black business. Bye. And before anyone comes for me being like, Tasha, you can't talk about it. Yes, the fuck I can. I am a black adoptee. Just because I was raised in white spaces does not negate my blackness. I am a part of the black community, and this is a part of my black business. So there you go. Have a great night, though. See you later.
The problem with your community is lack of fathers. And if you think I'm wrong, do me a favor.
You know, I get so sick of people coming on here and, you know, spinning stereotypes and trying to make it some sort of a fact. This man is literally saying that the problem with our community is the fact that there's a lack of fathers in the home, as if their community has all the fathers in the home. I mean, this man literally said, drive around shitty neighborhoods and see what the problem is. You will see that there's a lack of fathers. But you go around nice neighborhoods, the fathers are in the home, as if we only live in shitty neighborhoods. I mean, it's so ridiculous for this man to come on here who clearly is from a trailer park, and his father, even if he did know his father and his father wasn't his cousin, he clearly is not doing that well in life, just based off of his situation in this video. I can understand why he's so upset, but don't come on here and try to spin a false narrative, because if you actually do the research, neither one of our communities, I'm trying to watch what I'm saying, because I don't want this video to get flagged, but just do the research on what this man is saying as far as how, you know, fathers being in homes, because back in the day, that's what they used to like to tell us. Oh, none of you guys don't have your dads. You don't know your dad. This and that. Wow, that is a lot. You know, there are lots of us in our community. Well, I know my dad, and you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, there's a lot of that. But what he's missing is, there is far more in their community of fathers not being around than in our communities, based off the simple fact of us being the minority. We are minority, they are the majority. It's like when they try to say all the time, oh, there's more black people than YT people on government assistance. That couldn't be any further from the truth. YT people make up the largest demographics of welfare recipients. But they like to tell you, oh no, it's you. And it's not. So for this man to sit here and bash us and just make these two blanket statements, just drive around shitty communities and you'll see the problem. You'll see no dads. Bro, YT people live in lots and lots and lots of squalors across this country. I'm a truck driver. I've been to every state in our union. Arkansas, everywhere. YT people live horribly in a lot of those states. Horribly. So I don't know where he's saying, oh, these are nice communities. Have you watched Fraternity Court? A lot of y'all are on there. You don't have a clue who the baby daddy is. So don't come on here with these false narratives unless you can back that up with facts and not some stupid shit that you just choose to say.
The problem with your community is lack of fathers. And if you think I'm wrong, do me a favor.
Bro, are you really talking about what's going on in the black community when those have always been skewed numbers? Now you're showing your passive-aggressive racism. And it sucks because I actually thought you was down for it. But because y'all think y'all have mixed grandkids living in our neighborhoods or party amongst us, you can speak on us because your friend set allow you to. Now you get on the internet and sit up here and don't understand that you're really talking down. Because that's not true. Black fathers have shown up more than they ever have in the last 10 to 15 years. But to keep this gender war fueled, this racist bullshit fueled, these stereotyping feminists and feminism fueled, they spew the shit that's coming out your mouth right now.
The problem with your community is lack of fathers. And if you think I'm wrong, do me a favor.
The problem with your community is your fathers. And if you think I'm wrong, do me a favor. Drive around any of these incel communities and see how many fathers are interacting with their children as opposed to having side flings with their coworkers or claiming to go to the gym when they're getting bedrooms and hotel rooms with their best friends. You don't believe me? Go and check it out. It's probably why half of these kids are growing up with such internalized hate that they project out in these mass unalivings that we see plaguing our communities. But hey, they need to do better. Pull themselves up.
The problem with your community is lack of fathers.
Come to my house and say that shit. Cause I'm gonna tell you this. Everybody I fuck with, all the fathers that I fuck with, they're not fathers. They're fucking dads. So this old fucking stereotypical generalizing that shit that you doing will get your motherfucking come to Holly Grove. Come to Holly Grove. Pull up at my house. We can have a conversation about it, and I'll show you what's lacking around this motherfucker. Anyway, I love y'all. Stay blessed.
That's a lie. That is a bold-faced.
Well, damn. That's a hell of an assumption. A bold-faced lie? Damn. That's your feelings were hurt about that, wasn't it? Let me ask you something. Did you read that to respond? Did you read it to understand? Because I literally think you read it just for a comeback. You didn't really have to make no video about it. You could have let them go. But you made a video about that comment. So let's read the comment and break it down for the simple-minded people. Let's go. They always say pause and read. But we about to read this shit together. Let's go. Black fathers, in parentheses, 70%, were most likely to have bathed, dressed, diapered, or helped their children use the toilet every day compared to white. You said that was a bold-faced lie. My question to you, why do you think that's a bold-faced lie? Is it because you misinterpreted to expect that to mean that's going on all day? That nobody can literally do all this shit after work? Do you think the mother's sitting at home and just bathing and dressing and diapering, bathing and dressing and bathing and dressing for 24 hours a day? No. This shit on this right here literally means they could do. If you look at it and read it right, all this shit on this page literally takes 15 to 30 minutes a piece to do. You can do all this after work. Look at it. Bathe, 15, 30 minutes. Dressed, 15, 30 minutes. Pajamas, school clothes, 15, 30 minutes. Diaper, 5 to 10 minutes actually to change a diaper. That depends on what the business happening in the diaper. Then you got taking them to the toilet. Helping them to, basically, I think that I'm going to look at that and say that's potty training. So you take your child to the toilet just to use the bathroom. But you said it was a bold-faced lie because it said compared with white. That was your problem. Because your last video said your community. The problems in your community. Which we all know what you meant by that. But now you want to, no, brother, we're not going to do that, man. Fuck that. We changing the narrative here. Pay attention. Read. Understand. Don't read to respond. Read to understand. Shit, boy, look at here.
The problem with your community is lack of fathers. And if you think I'm wrong, do me a favor.
Hey, what he's saying is right, though. The problem with the communities, if you come across any bad community, 9 times out of 10, there are no men in the homes. See, what people fail to realize, men, we're more than just providers. We're protectors. We're hard workers. We are providers. But not only that, we are the voice of authority. It's a prime, and I'm going to give you a prime example. My kids, for example. When they mama tell them to do something, they kind of procrastinate with her. But let me come in the house and raise my voice, they get right. And it's not to belittle the woman and say her authority does not matter and is not valid with the kids. It's just that with men, we have we have that voice of many waters. Our voice carries, because that's that voice of the Most High. That's that voice of authority. You see what I'm saying? So he's right. The reason why our neighborhoods are so bad is because there are no men in the homes. We got these women are raising these kids, and these kids are ruling over the women. And that's in scripture. It said in these end times that the kids will rule over their parents, whatever parent is raising them. And most of the most of the parents that are raising them are women, raising both the men and the girls. And then you wonder why a lot of these boys are turning out soft, because you got a lot of women that are raising these boys and not understanding and not able to do it because they're women. I'm not even going to say not understanding, because they're women. Women can only teach a boy so much, but at the end of the day, for a boy to fully operate like a man, he needs a man around to show him how to do that. Good communities have functioning families with the man and the woman in the house. Okay? Because it takes both parents to raise a family. Because both of the parents have to work at one to bring forth their legacy and to teach their children. Because whatever the man and women don't take this personal. This is just biblical fact too. This is why the Most High created Adam first. Because men, we are logic thinkers. We think with logic. Women, y'all think with emotion. And that's not to downplay you. That's how you were created. That's why the Bible says honor the woman as the weaker vessel, because women, y'all are more emotion. When y'all make decisions more off emotion. Men, we make our decisions off logic and common sense. Okay. That's why the man was created first, to be the head. And plus we are fighters, and we are protectors, and we are providers, to be providers and to be the head over our families. Okay. See, when you put a woman in that position, y'all fail, because after a while your emotions get involved. And when you're thinking with your emotions, you make bad decisions. And that's why a lot of these women are struggling with their kids today, because there's no logic thinking in the house, because there's no men. These women are using their emotions and making bad decisions when it comes to parenting. So what he's saying is definitely correct. You can go back and watch his video. It's not that long, but I had to stitch this because what he's saying is absolutely correct. When you see a functioning neighborhood, doing good, clean, a nice community and everything, 9 times out of 10, the men are in the community. But when you go to the black communities and the Native American communities and the Spanish communities, Israelite communities in general, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to look like other neighborhoods will, because there's no men in the community. And it don't even just have to be our community. Any nation that don't have men in the community, that community is going to fall. But I'm just using us as a prime example, because it's mainly the black community whose men are either dead, locked up, or gay. And I got to throw the gay in there now, because that's what it is. It used to just be jail and them being dead. But now you got brothers out here giving up their manhood to wear thongs and stuff nowadays. So That's the reason. That's that. Like I said, bro, I'm with you on that because without us men, the household is gonna crumble. Without the head, the rest of the body gonna die, gonna fall. The body can't work without the mind. So I'm with you on that, my dude. And keep bringing forth the truth. You keep bringing forth truth, man. You know, you might not be bringing forth biblical truth, but you bringing forth, you know, straight truth, regardless when it comes to dealing with family and just life. You bringing actual life truth, what we deal with in life, however you want to put that. But you have a blessed day, man. Shalom.
My PSA, I don't care how hood you think you are or where you think you live. The problem with white people like you is that you think you can say some slick shit without proof. The problem with your community is that you're raising pew-pewers. And since you need proof of who's a single mom more, hold. Now, which community has the most single motherhood? Y'all are abandoning y'all kids. White fathers are doing that. Because black women are number 4. So don't speak on shit you don't know about. I cannot stand that fake ally.
Sir, I kind of get what you're trying to say, but still doesn't make sense. Because you're talking about good and bad communities when it's not good and bad communities, it's good and bad people. I don't know if you just saw, but there was a hate crime committed in Florida. That man that was 21 years old lived with both of his parents. He was a Caucasian man living with both of his parents. That means he was probably raised by both of his parents. His father went and found the manifestos on his computer after he texted him. So what are you talking about? Because what child feels so comfortable committing a hate crime and then calling their parents to let them know that that was their plan? Furthermore, the problem with your communities is that all of them are taking prescription drugs. And I know. Trust me, I know. Xanax, Ativan, Haldol, prescription painkillers. They take it like candy. So stop criticizing people's neighborhoods and start helping individual people. Second thing I want to point out is this. If you see all these problems, if you're riding around, why don't you help solve a problem instead of just saying the problem with the neighborhoods is that when I ride around? Sir, that's not helping anybody. You talking about it is not helping anybody. How about you use your platform and make some changes? Volunteer. You just wanted all those likes though, right? You wanted all the likes.
So this is all I got from the stitches, and I would actually like him to clarify what he meant by good and shady neighborhood, because I really don't understand what he meant by that. And he went further to say that like in black community that they like fathers. Do you all know the reality? I am working with statistics. I am working with what is like available online. You can also Google that. Like, you know, if you check that online, it is also going to show you. I mean, it's not like I am coming here to say that yeah, when you come to black community, you see single motherhood, you see single fatherhood, and all that. Black dads are more likely to play, dress, and share a meal with their child. Data shows that, right? And from what the other woman said, showed also, it shows that single motherhood, Black people are number 4. The first community, white, Hispanic, and the rest. It is not Black community, right? I know that in Black community, there are things like mass incarceration that probably keep one parent, especially fathers, out of their home. Does that mean that children or kids that were raised by mothers are not turning out great or becoming great people in life? Because I have seen so many single mothers with great kids doing amazingly well. Because when people come out to, point one finger, when you are pointing one finger at somebody, the rest are pointing you. Because I don't know how somebody I know both parents, it is an amazing thing to have both parents raise their kids. But peradventure, one is not available. Maybe the father is not available due to some certain things. Does it mean that the woman ain't going to take up the responsibility and train the child and all that? And some people are saying, okay, the man said that kids or children that were raised by mothers or women they turn out to be boys and not men. That is just a very, I don't know, but it's not a good thing to say. It's not a good thing to say, because I have seen great and amazing people that were raised by single mothers. They came out real great and doing amazingly well. And do some people really choose to not have both parents at home? Circumstances, right? And it's really time people I don't understand, but it is not only happening in Black neighborhoods. It's not only happening in Black community. It is happening in other other communities. And it is just amazing how the people that are coming out here to point at Black people, that it is more in their community. But because Black community is over policed, that's why it is always easy, to see some, they come out with some certain things and they're the whole thing happening in my community, the Black community, is also happening in other people's community. And even worse than it is in Black community. But they will never come out to tell you that. But then when you go to the internet and check this, I'm not saying this because I want to say it or because I'm trying to defend any community and all that. That is the reality, and that is the truth. It is happening in their community more. So when people come out to say this, when you are coming out to say something if you think it is more in Black community, come out with your statistics so we can look at it and say, oh yeah, this is right and this is not right. But when you come out and tell us stories, I don't believe stories. I believe in what I see. When I'm seeing the statistics and all that, I can say, okay, this is really what is happening and this is what is not happening. And for somebody to come out, I think he's just full of hate. And they still told him, they corrected him and told him, man, it is not only happening in Black community, that Black fathers, 70% were more likely to have more likely to be better dressed diapers or help their children use the toilet every day compared with white. 70%. And he still come out to say it is not true. It is not true, because he did not even check this, he didn't even make research, but he just came out to say, it is, I don't know, but I know, every community have what is worrying them or what is bothering them or what is going on in their, within them and all that. But when people come out to say things they are not sure of, that is where I have problem. I want it when you are saying something and you are sure of it. Come out and say it. Let me see how you are, where you got your this thing. But when you come out to say because you want to say, I do not believe that, and you all know that is not true. This is where I'm going to draw the cut and see you all in my next video. Bye for now.